Hey, here we go. Here we fucking go. Alright, Trico. How's it going? How's your lockdown? Are you having another fun day? Oh my god, they all seem to bleed into one at the moment, don't they? Right, let's talk. Yeah, I'm wearing the same. I'm wearing the same top as yesterday. I don't give a fuck, mate. It's lockdown. All the rules have gone out the window. This is a new top. This, and I fucking love it because it is so goddamn baggy, and it's got pockets right here. Look at the state of that. Oh, fucking love it, mate. Right, okie dokie. So, this is a Ask Me Anything stream, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. What's going to happen is I'm going to leave the stream open, and whatever you want to ask, just pop it in the comments box, in the chat box, I should say. Whatever it is that you want to fucking come up with, whatever you want to talk about. It could be something comedy related. It could be something personal. It could be something fucking coronavirus related. It could be fucking anything. It could be anything at all, and we will run with it. In the meantime, I'm going to crack open this beer. Hello to the couple of people that are watching. It's not a great time to stream this, I don't think. Yeah, so in the meantime, whilst I'm getting ready for people to pop their comments in the comments box, I'll tell you a story of what happened to me today. So today I was walking my dog Dexter. I was walking him, as I often do. I was walking him down the canal near where I live, and all of a sudden I got smacked in the head, but right in the side of the head, right in the temple. I just got smacked in the head, and it was a pigeon that had flown into my head, flown into the side of my head, and then just kind of like flown off into the distance, kind of dazed and disorientated and that. Number one, right, I didn't think that pigeons were that thick. I thought that pigeons had a really good sense of... I thought birds had like fucking sonar or some shit, and they just sort of knew where to go. Like, I just thought a bird would never fly into you unless it could absolutely avoid it. I was on a canal in the middle of fucking nowhere. It swooped down. Its trajectory was like fucking woo, boof, like that. Do you know what I mean? It could have gone over. It could have gone to the side. So yeah, it fucking hurt. It felt like someone had punched you with like a boxing glove on. It was that kind of boof connection because it was flying fast, and it kind of shook me and it made my ear ring and shit. So weird. I didn't know that this is something that I have to be now conscious about, but from now on, for the rest of my life, whenever there's a pigeon within a fucking 100-yard radius, I'm going to be acutely aware of its flight path. That's something I'm going to have to live with now, because that fucking hurt. Right, first question. Here we fucking go. Why do I keep saying that? Here we fucking go, Marlene. Lisa Graham says, how long have you been a comedian for? Well, actually, you know, the problem with that question really is that when does one ever become... I can't be asked. I was going to try and answer it like I was on Parkinson. I've been a comedian for... Well, right. My first ever gig... oh, my fucking thing's gone out of focus. Hello? 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 Oh, my thing's gone out of focus. Come on, focus. Focus, you prick. Oh, this webcam is shite. There we go. Anyone have any idea as to why this has lost focus? What? Is that just me, or do I look blurry as shit? Is that just me, or do I look blurry as a motherfucker? Come on, what's happening now? What's happening? There we go. Right, I'm in focus. Oh, fuck it, I'm just going to carry on. Who gives a shit, man? So, I did my first ever gig. Come on, work, you bastard. Work. There we go. And I'm in focus. Why did that work? Why did that fucking work? Alright, whatever. I did my first ever gig, Lisa, to answer the question that you asked probably about an hour ago. I did my first ever gig on the 3rd of March 2007 at the Frog and Bucket in Manchester. And they have a competition in Manchester. It's called Beat the Frog. And what you do is, as an amateur comedian, you go on stage and you have to last 5 minutes. You have to do 5 minutes of stand-up, and they give cards to people in the audience, and people can put their cards up if they think you're shit, and you have to last 5 minutes without the cards going up. That's basically it. And so I did my first gig there, and I won. I had a really good gig. Oh, wow, you know. And at the end of the gig, a guy comes up to me, and he says, oh, yeah, you were really good. You should do my gig in Withington on Wednesday. And bear in mind, I'd just done this gig. I'd done my first gig to nearly 300 people at the Frog and Bucket, a custom comedy club. And this guy goes, you should do my gig in Withington on Wednesday. You know, we'd love to have you. Come down and do, 10 minutes or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I've been scouted. I've been headhunted. I'm clearly going to go to great thing. And I slept on my mate's floor at his halls of residence for 2 nights. I only had brought the one change. I hadn't even planned on staying, so I'd only brought the one outfit, and that must have stunk. And I went to Withington on the Wednesday, and there were 12 people in an empty bar, and I died on my arse. I did rubbish. And from then, I must have done about 20 gigs over the next 12 to 14 months. Just here and there, because I was an 18-year-old kid and I was just shit, to be honest with you. So I stopped, and I started comedy again in June 2010 when I'd gotten a little bit older, a little bit wiser. And now here we are in nearly June 2020, and I almost made it 10 years as a comedian before coronavirus ruined my livelihood. So I hope that answers your question, Lisa, in a very roundabout way. John C is smashing the questions here. John C, maybe some comedian for you. I'm in Manila. Lockdown here is worse than home. Only allowed to go out to the shop with a mask. Crazy president here has said anyone out after 8 p.m. Ah, yes. John, I am familiar with that. In Manila, in the Philippines, they have a president called President Duerte. D-U-E-R-T-A. Duerte. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he is a psychopath. And he's basically said, anyone causing trouble during the lockdown, I will shoot you. That's what I'm going to do. Anyone causing trouble, the police can just shoot you. So, fucking don't cause trouble. Fucking amazing. I'll tell you what, though, I bet it gets results. I bet... Because if Boris Johnson said, listen, I am going to shoot every single motherfucker that breaks this lockdown, you can guarantee people won't be out for their daily exercise bullshit. They'll stay the fuck at home. Instead, our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, decided to shake hands with every coronavirus patient he could. And then 2 weeks later, he ended up in intensive care and nearly died. What a stupid cunt. Makes me think the daft gets at home, going to the park and need to sort their heads out. Mate, I was talking to a few comedy friends about this before. This lockdown has genuinely made me change my political beliefs. Yeah. So before all this, I used to be quite libertarian in my approach, in that I used to kind of think that by and large, government involvement in every single thing is not necessarily a good thing, and that human beings should have autonomy and freedom of choice and freedom to express themselves however they want and freedom to really do whatever they want. It's their own lives, and the government shouldn't be trying to police it. I don't think that some posh Eton privileged prick knows what's best for me. I think I know what's best for me, and I would, I should be treated like an adult, and I should be allowed to make my own decisions and choices for the most part. That's what I've always kind of thought and believed. But it's taken this lockdown for me to really reconsider, because now I'm looking at this lockdown and I always thought that people by and large will make the right decisions. They'll make the best decisions for themselves because nobody knows what's best for someone other than them. That's what I've always thought. And then I look at the amount of fucking idiots, and I'm not even joking, actual fucking stupid idiots breaking the lockdown every day for no... The amount of fucking pricks that are like, oh, it's caused by 5G. No, it's not. You work at fucking B&M Bargains. What the fuck do you know, pal? Stay at home, you div. Do you know what I mean? Oh, mate. Yeah, that's just me. You know, let's have some more questions. Come on, man. We got 7 people in this chat. Let's fucking get it going. Oh, I've been on the Budweisers every night. Oh, my lord. It's killer. It's killer. You can get into such a fucking... You can get into such a lull of just doing the same stupid shit every night. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember the last time that I didn't drink alcohol in this lockdown. And don't get me wrong, for the first... for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I was getting shit-faced every night. Like, I was getting absolutely plastered. And it's only taken now to... it's only taken now, really, for me to ease up. I'm still drinking every night, but fucking hell, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. Hello again to Electro Notch, a regular on the channel. Did you try the Sony camera out yet? I've not. The reason that I haven't tried the Sony camera out yet as a webcam, the reason that these streams aren't super crisp and super amazing, is because I need something called an Elgato Cam Link. And what that is it's a little fucking USB thing, and you stick your camera into one end and then you stick the other end into the computer, and it makes your computer recognize the camera as a webcam, and then you can sort of stream through it, you know. I imagine that you could still do that at the moment, but you need to download loads of drivers and shit. It gets really complicated. So I've ordered this Elgato Cam Link from eBay, and I'm just waiting for it to come, basically. Rachel Wardle says hello Rachel. It's nice to see you again. How are you holding up? What are you up to? What is with your life? Talk to me. Lisa Graham, not a question, but I miss seeing the gigs at Hot Water Comedy Club. Can't wait for it to reopen when it's safe. Oh, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I miss gigging there. Do you know what? For the most part, I look at this lockdown like a... Reese in Taha says, hello, sexy. Okay, you're going to have to put up a picture of yourself before I decide whether or not to be complimented by that. Yeah, I miss doing Hot Water at the moment as well. I miss gigging, full stop. Like I said, I'm looking at this whole fucking pandemic as a problem with resources, you know? Like, we need, the whole reason that we're in lockdown is so that we can save resources for the NHS and stuff like that, and so that the NHS doesn't get overwhelmed at once. But it's about your own mental resource and your own sort of fortitude. And by and large, I think 5 out of 7 days, I am doing really well. I'm focused. I get my head down. I try and improve streams. I try and improve content that I put out there. I write scripts and things, and I try and write new material and that just to keep going. But every sort of, 2 out of 7, I would say, I feel a little bit stifled and a little bit, and I feel like I need to get on stage and have some sort of creative outlet. And I always feel, to be fair, really guilty about feeling like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't go 5 weeks without having attention on you. You know, you just want to go on stage and attention seek, and I mean, I guess I do. I suppose I do, to be honest with you. But what can you do? What can you do? You know, I feel guilty for knowing that I need, you know, going on stage to feel comfortable. Is that weird? Fuck it, it is. Reese is smashing the chat here. How are you coping with this quarantine? And you have missed a bit of hair at the front of you. Yeah, I have done. I know. So here's the thing, Reese. I have been. I've got a shaver at home, right, and it's this little fucking skull shaver thing, right. And I've always had it. I've had it for years, right, way before quarantine and that. But I bought it so I could shave my head and not have to go to the barbers. But the thing is I don't use it very often because it doesn't feel like it's got enough power to get the job done. Like the razor always feels slightly underpowered, and I don't have full confidence in it. And as you can see, I have missed a little tuft off my head here. But you know what? I don't give a shit. It's staying. Fuck it. Why not? I'm going to start a new quarantine fashion. Well, thank you for noticing. The Supernauts. What advice would you give to aspiring comedians? That's a good question, the Supernauts. The first piece, God, how fat do I look? How fat do I look? It's all them quarantine snacks I've been having. The first piece of advice that I would give to aspiring comedians, Supernauts, is not to start comedy during a lockdown. Big fucking mistake. Genuinely, there's 3 golden fucking rules, right? Be funny, be punctual, and don't be a cunt. Those are the 3 golden rules, right? Be funny on stage. That's priority number 1. Don't be all like fucking deep and meaningful and, you know, doing a fucking 10-minute rendition of, you know, Sartre's fucking existentialist opinions. Don't bother with any of that fucking bollocks. Do you know what I mean? It's just concentrate on being funny and getting laughs, and record yourself so you can listen to when laughs come. And if a joke gets a laugh, keep it, and if a joke doesn't get a laugh, get the fuck rid of it. Number 2, be punctual. And what I mean by that is if you're booked to do 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. Don't do 5, don't do 20. Do exactly 10 or as close to 10 as you possibly can. Also, turn up on time. The amount of comedians that I see nowadays, new acts this is, that turn up 2 minutes before showtime. It's not on. I can honestly count in 10 years the amount of gigs that I've been late to, and it's 2 in a decade. So yeah, I wouldn't, you know, I would make sure that I'm always punctual with turning up half an hour before. Make sure that you know who you are. Be nice to everybody. Don't be a cunt. That's the 3rd one. Don't piss people off when you get to the venue. Don't think you're bigger than what you are, because, you know, the bar staff have been working their fucking tits off all night. Don't think you're above them. Don't let comedy go to your head. And don't needlessly piss people off, because, you know, you might get into a fucking argument with somebody online. That person might own 10 gigs and, you know, you've shot yourself in the foot. So be funny, be punctual, don't be a cunt. Those are the 3 golden rules. And above all else, try and get as much stage time as you can and write as much as you can. That's a great fucking thing to do for your first 2 years. Write as much as you can and stage time as much as you can. Whether or not that stage time is in front of 1,000 people or whether or not it's in front of 3 people in fucking Middlesbrough. Do you know what I mean? It's you've got to do it in theatres, you've got to do it in pubs, you've got to do it in car parks, you've got to do it wherever you can, just to get all that experience, because it will all pay dividends in the end. Right, next one. I'm joking, I think it looks good. That's referring to the tuft on my head. Mate, I know it doesn't look good. I know it looks shit, so you don't need to worry about it. It's fine. I've made peace. I've made peace with who I am. It's fine. Do you gig in that there London much? If not, I'll try and get up north one day. I gig in London quite a lot, actually, Electro Notch. I gig in London maybe 3 times a year. And I usually do Top Secret Comedy Club or the Boat Show down by Embankment, or Comedy Carnival, or what's the other one? Comedy Circus, Piccadilly Comedy Circus. I was meant to be in London mid-May, and I was meant to be at Backyard Comedy Club, Comedy Carnival, and Covent Garden Comedy Club, which are a few that I do. Unfortunately, it's probably been cancelled, but I will probably be back again at some point at the end of the year. I think I'm down at the Comedy Store in July sometime, but I am in London regularly, and I'm trying to gig in London as much as I can. Let's see. Not that far. Have you seen people from Newcastle? Oh, mate, you're fucking massive. Lisa Graham retracted a message and then said, "Not fat, dad bods are in nowadays." I mean, I love this, and being fat is cuddly, I should know. Bless you all. Now, listen, right? I do not have a problem with being fat, but I am fat. Objectively, I am, and I'm getting fatter in lockdown. But I'm fine with it. Do you know what I mean? It's a great life. I never have to go to the gym. I can eat whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? And I rock it. I look beautiful, you know. And it means I'm better in bed as well. That's a fact. It's not the size of the nail. It's the size of the hammer. Fucking hell. Who's the funniest you've seen at stand-up, says John C. Who's the funniest I've seen? Who's the funniest I've seen? Okay. The funniest I've seen was probably Bill Burr or Andrew Schultz. And both of them did tours in the UK last year, and both of them I watched their shows. It's brilliant. They were both incredible. They were both absolutely incredible. Bill Burr and Andrew Schultz, top, the best acts that I saw last year. In terms of who's good in the UK that you might want to watch at club level, I think Danny McLaughlin is very good. I think that Milo McCabe does a character act called Troy Hawk. I think he's very good. I think that there's a guy called Simon Wozniak who is a new act who's not really got an awful lot of content online and stuff, but he's quite good. And then in terms of other comics that I like, I saw Jen Brister for the first time a few months ago. She was fantastic. Really enjoyed her. Zoe Lyons is very good. Scott Bennett is another one who's putting out a lot of content at the moment. He's doing a lot of good stuff. He's a great comedian and an absolute nightmare to follow. A really strong act. Rob Mulholland, I think, is getting good. You know, it's there's a lot of people there that you can watch that I think are really good, that will change the game. Rule 4, don't gig in Earlham. You're fucking right about that. God almighty, what a place Earlham is. John C says, "Oh, so you gigged in Asia recently. Magnus sponsors some annual thing which takes in Manila. Keep an eye for that." Yes, I did. I gigged in Asia last year. I went to Phuket in Thailand, Bangkok, Jakarta, Bali, Singapore, Vietnam. I went to Ho Chi Minh, and I went to Kuala Lumpur, and it was superb. And I'm actually hoping to go back there at some point. So I've been chatting to a couple of people. One guy who runs some stuff in Indonesia. One guy who runs some stuff in Hong Kong. Not Hong Kong. Kuala Lumpur. I'm hoping to go back next year. Just because it's an incredible place. It's an incredible culture. It's completely different to the UK. And yet it is... You know what I found amazing is Indonesia, specifically Jakarta. Jakarta, in a nice way, is a shithole. Like, I like the place, but the majority of it is a shithole. They don't really have pavements. They don't really have pavements. They've just got the road and then a bit that is not the road and then houses. That's it. There's no real pavement. And yet the food that they make is so good. What countries do you like visiting, says Electronotch? I am quite well travelled, guys. I am quite well travelled. I've been to most places in Europe, and I've been to quite a bit of Asia as well, and I'm hoping to do a bit more. The places that I like going to are places that you have no preconception about what it's going to be like. So, for example, I have never in my life wanted to go to Rome. I'm not interested, because I know there's going to be a Colosseum, and I know there's going to be fucking fountains and shit, and I'm just kind of, I'm not bothered about Rome. In my head, I feel like I've been to Rome, even though I haven't. Where I went last year, at the beginning of this year, in January, I went to Romania. I went to Bucharest, and that was really cool. Great food, great alcohol, and literally fuck all else. Like, there's literally nothing to do over there, but it's a nice place. I went to Tuscany last year. I did Florence and Siena and Pisa. Those were all really nice places. I went to... I've been to Warsaw in the last couple of years in Poland. That's fantastic. Porto is a great place. Oh my god, Porto is fantastic. Really nice places, Porto. Small but very very cosmopolitan, very foodie, but also very relaxed. It's got a great vibe. I loved Porto as a city. So I would say Porto is probably the best place that I've visited in the last couple of years in Europe. Glitchy Gamer says, when did you start YouTube? I'm new sub. I'll be honest with you, Glitchy Gamer, I'm pretty fucking new to this shit as well. I have had a YouTube channel for a long time, but I haven't really ever bothered to do live videos. I haven't really ever bothered to consistently put stuff on there, really, because I just haven't bothered, because I feel weird pretending to be like a fucking YouTuber. Do you know what I mean? I'm 31 years old. I don't want to be like one of those clean cut fucking teenagers that goes, hey guys, what is going on? Please subscribe to the channel, click the notifications button, give us a like, give us a comment. It's like, mate, I just want to watch this video on who Man United are going to sign. I don't want to fucking subscribe to your newsletter, fam. So I've not really done it for a while, but I'm trying to reach out, and I'm trying to learn it as well, Glitchy Gamer. I'm trying to learn this shit too. So I started YouTube ages ago. I literally never bothered with it until lockdown. So I hope that is your answer. Let's see, Lisa Graham, you should do your cooking videos that you do on Instagram on your channel. I should. For those of you that don't follow me on Instagram, I use Instagram, really. I use it as a very a personal thing. I don't really use it to promote stuff. I don't really use it to promote things. But every once in a while, I like cooking, right? So every once in a while, if I'm making something nice, I will, in my stories, show me making stuff. And I have thought about doing a little cooking channel, Lisa, I thought about doing a cooking channel solely based on ingredients that you could get at like your local fucking corner shop, like a local Spar or something like that. So none of this, like, you know, this cooking stuff where it's like, you just need 25 grams of fennel seeds that you can, with a pestle and mortar, and you're like, mate, where the fuck am I going to get fennel seeds from, you middle class prick? Hear me now, where am I going to get fennel seeds from? You don't know. So yeah, I thought about doing like just a realistic cooking channel where I was just in Spar, and I was like, look, bacon, so, you know, that's all you need. But I don't have a great kitchen in terms of filming stuff. It's all on worktops and stuff, and I wouldn't. I'd need like a rig to set the camera up. Maybe it's something I can do in future, but it's something that I have thought about. Let me know, Lisa, what your favourite looking dish that I've cooked is, because I'd be keen to know. Let's see. Joker says, what is your favourite first date question? Oh, now there is a question. It's been a while since I've been on a first date. I never used to like first date questions because I always used to feel, the thing is as well is when you get to like your early 20s, right? When you get your early 20s, time is on your side. So there is no pressure to any date. It's like, oh, I'll just talk to this cunt, maybe I'll like him, maybe I'll fuck her, whatever. There's no pressure. But when you hit past 30, everyone that you date, it's like there's like a fucking timer ticking away, and they treat it like an interview, and they're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know what I mean? So I don't ask first date questions. I purposely try and go against the grain from shit like that because I think it's cringe. Although I did used to have a really cringy fucking I used to have a really cringy thing that I would do where I would do like some cold reading shit on like a girl on like a first date, and I'd kind of like tell her life, and she'd think that I was like fucking psychic and dead deep and shit. It's horrible. I know, I'm cringing just telling you about it, man. Let's have a look at some comments. The Pornhub Squad. What a fucking name that is. What a name. I've seen you a lot of times in Liverpool. I don't think it'll be long until you get the credit you deserve. Plenty of belly laugh moments. Thank you ever so much, the Pornhub Squad. Officially my favourite name on here. That's fucking brilliant. Thank you, man. That's very kind of you. I think it's not really about the recognition that you deserve. For me, all I want is to gig in front of an audience. Do you know what I mean? I'll be happy being able to do shows in front of my own people, which is why I'm trying to push loads of content out, to be honest with you. Get that audience, get that group of people that like me and think I'm funny and would pay to watch me, and then just see where shit goes. John C says, if you like Porto, try Seville. Lots of similarities. In what way? In what way? I would like to go to Seville. I haven't done an awful lot of Spain. I've done Barcelona 3 times because I'm a bit of an architecture buff. I've done like south of Spain and stuff. But yeah, I would try Seville actually. I would. I'd be interested to go there. I always think of Spain as being like the obvious choice, and so I never go towards it, even though it's ridiculous because it's a massive big country, and you know it's clearly very different city to city. Glitchy Game says, do you remember what your first vid was called and what it was called? I don't remember, to be honest. I can have a look for you if you want. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Let's get me YouTube up, motherfuckers. Right then, let's have a quick look what my first video was called. Do 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 do. Do 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 bum bum. Right, go onto my channel, go onto videos, and let's see. Sort by date added oldest. Oh wow. Okay, so my first video that I uploaded that is live is 4 years ago. I genuinely thought that I had Facebook, YouTube for a lot longer than that. Clearly, I fucking didn't. What I'm gonna do is I am going to put my first ever video in the chat now, and you can all check that out at the end if you really want. There you go. So that's what my first video was, and it was a bit of stand-up I did at the Glee Club, I believe in Birmingham by the looks of the video. So yeah, feel free to check that out. Freddie's got some excellent videos on YouTube, says Electronauts. Thank you very much, man. Lisa Graham says the gammon joint that you made. Okay. The gammon joint that I made. The gammon joint is dead easy to make, right? All you need is a slow cooker, a bit of onion, some and a lot of really cheap shit Coke. Now the reason it's got to be shit Coke is because you're looking for a high sugar content, and you tend to find that shit like Asda Cola has a higher sugar content than even like the really good Coke. So what you do is you literally just like brown the fucking gammon in a pan real quick, just brown it, cook it a little bit, plop it in a slow cooker, plop 2 onions in there, plop the whole lot of Coke in there, leave it to cook for 8 hours, and then when you take it out, brush the skin. If you score the skin and brush it with mustard and olive oil or rapeseed oil and a little bit of honey, and you brush the skin, and then you pop it in the oven for half an hour, it'll come out absolutely fucking gorgeous. But that's literally all you need to do. Gammon is like a tough ass meat, and you can fucking do what you want to it. It takes time to cook, but if you've got the time, you can make even a really shit cook can make gammon taste dead nice, providing they have enough time on their hands. Let's see. Joker says, so you just spend your first date in complete silence and hope the other person is an introvert who doesn't care. Yeah, I just stare them out. We just have like a 2-hour staring contest where I just look at her and just. No, I'll tell you what I do is I talk to them the same way that I'm talking to you now. So I try and just approach it straight away with the level of familiarity that you would have with the fucking. But the thing is, though, man, is my job is talking to people. Do you know what I mean? Like the amount of times I compare and chat to audiences and stuff, it makes it really interesting. It makes it really easy for me, I should say, to just talk to people. Although one thing that you don't want to do is to try and compare a date like you would compare a comedy club. That's, give us a cheer if you've been before. Let's see. Chris Armstead says, seen you once and thought you were great, man. My question is there a memorable heckle for you? What was your response, if so? Oh, that is a good question. A memorable heckle. Yeah, I remember one time I was doing really badly and I did what I thought was a punchline, and a woman, like middle-aged woman, just went, "Why?" But it's like she said it in a philosophical, like she wasn't angry, like why? It was like why? Just very fucking funny. I'll tell you a story, Chris. I know this isn't exactly what you have asked for, but I will tell you a story about one of the greatest heckles that I've ever heard. I was doing a gig in Scotland, in Aberdeen, a couple of years ago, and I was headlining the show in Aberdeen. And if you've never been to Aberdeen, then the people of Aberdeen are very Scottish. Very Scottish. They are lovely people. It's a really nice city. They don't fuck about, and they let you know if they don't like you. So there was a opening guy who was opening the show who was American, and they did not like him. And this American guy opens and he does a couple of jokes, and they are just like, nah fam, they're not going for it at all. And you can see the panic in his eyes as he's thinking, well, should I maybe do ruder stuff? And so he tries that, doesn't work. He thinks maybe I should do different things, maybe some stories. Tries that, doesn't work. He tries interacting with the audience, it doesn't work. They fucking hate him, and they are staring him out, and they are giving him nothing. Every single fucking thing he says, nothing, right? In the end, the poor guy just admits defeat, and he just goes, okay guys, clearly something's not going right here, so I'm going to tell you one more story and then I'm going to head off. This story's about me and my brother Joe. So anyway, and then he starts telling this story, and it's not really going anywhere, and then he goes, and then the most amazing thing happened. And a little Scottish woman went, what? Did you make him laugh? And the whole fucking room just, oh shit, son! Boom! Even I was fucking howling laughing. Yeah, brutal. Absolutely brutal. G. Samati says, how's the head? The head is alright now, but my ears have only recently stopped ringing in like the last fucking half an hour to an hour. Mate, this fucking pigeon took me out. Got a flying headbutt from a pigeon. Yeah, it was more painful than what it was like being punched by like a teenager. That's how much it hurt. Cooking channel could be called Quinn's Go Local Gastronomy. Oh, that's good. I like it. I was going to go for Cooking in the Kitchen with Quinn, which I think has got a weird ring to it. Glitchy Gamer says, if you had 1 million subs, which I hope happens, how would you feel? It would be the slowest wank I've ever done. Watch me. All million of you. Just watch me. Look, I'll be honest with you, Glitchy Gamer. My goal is not to be a YouTuber. So I don't really care how many things that I get. My goal is to have an audience of people that like watching me that I can do comedy to, because the lockdown has kind of taken that away. And if you want to be part of the audience, guys, if you're one of the people that likes to be part of the audience, by all means, click the subscribe button and then click the bell button. That is important, apparently. If you click the subscribe button and then you click the bell button, then you can just click the subscribe button. That's absolutely fine. Good for you. But when you click the bell button, that is when shit goes down. So make sure that you click those things, because like I said, I'm doing one a day of these things, and as soon as I get my fucking proper camera to work, oh shit, we are going to be cooking on gas. John C says, any TV show recommendations to try while locked down? Yes, there is a great series on Netflix called, what's it fucking called? I'm just googling it now. It's called I Am Not Okay With This, and it's by the same people that did The End of the Fucking World, and it's a very good drama stroke comedy about a girl that has uncontrollable superpowers, but rather than this be the same, I always find the narrative, whenever I'm watching a TV show or a film where someone gets superpowers, it's always, oh, I'm a freak, I'm an outcast, oh, I've got these superpowers, oh, now nobody will accept me, but I can also fly and I've got to learn to do this for good. It's not like that. She really struggles with it, and the powers are a burden more than anything else, and they fuck shit up. It's really good to watch. Also, if you don't have Netflix, watch Race Across the World on BBC iPlayer. It's fucking amazing. It's 5 couples racing across the world. They've got to get from point A to point B for less than the price of a direct plane ticket. They're not allowed to fly. They've got to get like taxis and buses and bikes and whatever they've got to do, and the winners earn 20 grand, and it's just dead good telly. Right, let's see what else we've got. Chris says, that poor guy. Glitchy Gamer says, oh. Have you seen The Tiger King? What are your thoughts? Fucking Carol Baskin. That bitch Carol Baskin. Fucking love it. Absolutely love it. Carol Baskin. Yeah, what is there not to love about a gay fucking psychopath redneck tiger breeder? Look, here's the thing, right? Tiger King is one of those things where everyone involved in it is a massive piece of shit. That Joe Exotic, he is a piece of shit, isn't he? Really, objectively, he is a piece of shit. He very clearly burnt down all that fucking stuff. He very clearly did some dodgy ass shit. That Jeff Lee, piece of shit. He fucking took the zoo. Spoiler alert. That fucking Doc Ansel. What a guy he is. Oh my god, what a fucking... I love that Doc, because he's got fucking 6 20-year-old wives or whatever, and he's like a 60-year-old hippie, and you see this big fuck off smile on his face because he's got a different woman to fuck every night. He's like he's creepy, isn't he? What sort of weird mind game shit does he pull to try and like get women a quarter of his age to suck his dick? Like, what does he... Is the lure of a jaguar that strong for a woman? I don't know what that Doc Antle's doing. Carol Baskin is a fucking cheeky bitch, isn't she? Really, objectively, she's a cheeky bitch. She very clearly did something with her husband, didn't she? Really? Like, I mean, I can't say in case I get sued and shit like that. Not that I will. But like, it's when they go, it's when they go, did you, Carol, did you, just put it out there, did you kill your husband and feed him to tigers? Which is a question that I imagine she knew she was going to get asked. But even under that scenario, her reply was so unconvincing. Her acting was dreadful. She was like, that's ridiculous. Where would I even get a tiger from? Massive fucking collection of tigers behind her. Yeah, everyone in Tiger King is a horrible person, and yet it is fucking superb to watch. Right, I'm going to get going because I've been on here for almost an hour. Thank you ever so much for everybody that's streamed and everybody that's watched. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, I'm doing these every day. Every day it's on a different thing. Today was just asking and talking shit. Yesterday was on 5G. The day before was, can't remember what it was on. So subscribe, click the subscription, and then click the bell, and you'll be notified, and we will get through this lockdown together. I promise you. Look after yourselves. See you soon. Bye-bye.